Hey there, Commanders. Welcome to an exciting Steel Division 2 10 versus 10. I'm your host, Too Old for Gaming, and today we're playing on Krupki. I'm playing as 16th Luftwaffe. So I'm going to be concentrating on the center part of the map here at the beginning, but eventually we'll be covering basically half of the terrain here. Looks like we've got a mosquito firebomber coming in. What, little off. I guess he was afraid of a rush going up here. But that definitely cuts Spartan 006 from going forward. I've got the Jaeger teams moving to the front line along with the Panzer Jaeger Firefly, some of the Panzer Jaeger Bren E's, and the Flak Panzer Bren E's. I think they're an extremely good deal. The Flak Panzers are only 20 points, and the tank hunting ones are only 15, and they can pen 70 mils. So put them in an ambush spot, and might work out in your favor. I've got older videos where I've done that, and they've done very well. So we've got some M2 half-tracks heading to the front line. I've got a platoon of infantry who are trying to get into the swampy area flag, but these M2s are quite fast. They go at 72 kilometers an hour, so they're going to beat me to the zone. I'll have to do something here so I don't lose my 17-pounder in these Jaegers. My Flak Panzer is coming up from this way. We've got a King Tiger from Bad Kill here. There's a bunch of us on a Discord server in this match. If you guys haven't checked out the Discord, it's in the channel info. Love to get more people on there. We've got over 80 people after about a month and a half of being up, and we're consistently playing together. It is so much fun. We've had a really great time. The 2 vs 2 videos are all off of that. We're going to be doing a tournament here soon. We've got over 10 people signed up. It'd be great if we get 20. My goal is to create replays of all the matches, so if you want to see yourself on here as a player in a 1 vs 1, then go ahead and sign up for it. The information's in the Discord server as well, and there is a community post. If you're new to the channel, it's pretty much at the moment all about Steel Division 2. I think the best World War II RTS game available on the market, and we should have some new content from Eugen coming soon, hopefully. They did mention it a while ago that they'd have something out. So I know we've got at least a new map and a couple new divisions coming in here. But with, I think, over 100 already, there's quite a bit of replayability. So these guys are disheartened. They're getting suppressed quicker, but there's only one Strelky team here. And we've been able to push in and capture the flag. For some reason, no enemy units deployed into the village here, this factory area, at the beginning of the match. It's very odd. They seem to want to push forward into the zone rather than defending their area. And we have both flags right now with a single Panzer 3N from Captain Pandasol moving in aggressively here with no recon optics. So based on that front line, he should be fine, right? There's nothing that's going to surprise him in there that I think will pop out. On the far right, we've got one dude who's also in the Discord with his Yakari fighting the Rangers in the forest. I think he's going to lose that fight. There's an 85 up here, so this guy, Mitchell, has got a great position already on us overlooking our territory. Blenheim moved in and bombed something. I didn't catch what he dropped it on. I don't think he got it on the 85, did he? He's fully suppressed at this time. Let's take a look at the left side of the match. I called in an 81 here. I wanted to suppress his infantry before attempting to move any of these Jaeger teams since they are disheartened. So on the left side, we've lost this flag. I want to say that we get this initially, and we're at a 13-13 because we got pushed off the flag here. So it evened out because we captured this one. Taking the initiative, I'm going to move my infantry into some of these houses to make them harder to kill. And I think we'll be able to recapture this flag here. I'm moving in another platoon. These Jaeger teams are really cheap. I mean, they're not the best, but for 15 points, they're kind of like a poor man's Panzergren squad, and you get a Panzerfaust with it, so I don't think it's too terrible. But they do flee if you don't have the MPs around them. Typhoon coming in to hit the Panther. Did that scratch him? No, they missed. This is a really bad spot. He's got to back that up. It's on hill pression. The Guerrilla's in a great spot here. And the 251/1 is tearing up the Rifles team. Looks like he did lose that Panzer III. And on the hill, the 38 T30. I love these things. There's a match where I floated one down the river in Lenina into the enemy territory. They finally captured me, but it's so much fun to go boating. T-26B's heading up to try to recapture this flag up here. I think this is initially blue. I'm not certain. So half tracks and disheartened Jaeger teams doing the hard work here, and so I've got an aircraft coming in, a DO-217K1. It's just got the 50 kilogram bombs. We'll see what it does, though. So, I mean, it really for more suppression around the area, and then you ever get these guys pinned down, see, it looks like you fully suppress that ZIS-2. Just put them on a move order so you can surrender them. Because if you do a hunt order, they're just going to stop and fire, going to waste a bunch of ammunition and time. So, try to move in autos, but the Jaeger team's catching them out here in the open. Su-85 is spotting us. Could a Panzer Jaeger Bren E penetrate the side? Oh, he disappeared. So my info had disappeared. We'll check back in on that in a minute. And one dude doing a great job of clearing out that area. I thought for sure we were going to lose that for the rest of the match, but he is... Oh, I think the Churchill was killed by the Panzer Jaeger Brenny. All right. He's aligning on something too, and they come with high explosives. I'm sure it's not a big blast. HE is 1222, which is nothing. So, a little bit of enemy infantry still inside the forest next to the swamp. We're going to drop our 81mm mortars on that using the defense zone button. Forget the name of it off the top of my head. And we'll get them suppressed and rush in, so it won't matter if he has all submachine guns. We'll be able to just surrender him. So T-34-85 battling a King Tiger. He is not going to win that match. He should retreat. And unfortunately, he didn't get the memo. I've got the Panzer Jaeger here cutting off this lane. And since we have a leader here with a commander, he's triple vetted now. So he will destroy anything coming across. Over here on the left, lots of enemy armor, but going to have a difficulty getting by this bridge here. ISU-152 hiding in the back. And then a T-34-85 here. Right now it's a 15-11. There's anti-aircraft guns in here. I did want to continue to use more Air Force, and we've got one dude bringing in Air Force here to take out the 17-pounder. But the BAFC might beat him to it. Now he's going for the autos. So we've fully secured the forest near the swamp, and now we push them off of this intersection here. Kind of surprised. Put a lot of defensive stuff up here, but I guess he's just out of view, right? So he needs to... Howie is actually... I think he was in our server at the same time. If he moved up just a little bit, he might be able to recap that flag. So there was a 37mm or a 40mm Bofors in here. I'm moving the Panzer Jaeger in to take him down. We'll see if he's effective or if he gets destroyed, since he's got 10mm in armor plate on the front and 5 on the side. Yeah, I decided that it was not a great idea. Backed off. Probably a wise move. I've got Sturm Pioneers here now in the factory district flag area. Engaging, and these guys have a MG-34 and 6 K98s, so a little different than some of the other ones. So they can take these guys out at range. And one dude just got him stopped here. Is he bringing anything out? So there's a Ranger team still back here battling more Yakari. ISU-152, maybe you forgot about him. But if we can get more infantry and AT guns up here, we can definitely rock this entire sector. I mean, Just like real life, the high ground is definitely important in this game. It makes things a lot easier. I'm moving in the Pioneer teams. I want to say these are disheartened as well. We'll see when they jump out of the truck, but the leaders in this deck typically have discipline. Does he have discipline? Yes. So, Pioneer Führer has discipline. If I can keep him close to these guys, he'll vet them and keep them from fleeing. In the center, we get Strelkis and Su-85 fighting these Jaeger teams. If I move my Firefly forward, he's still not going to see him until he's in range. So I'd rather just not deal with it. They're only 15-point squads. P-47's coming in and knock down that Ju-87D5. And a BF-109 is destroyed as well. Seeing if he was going to fall on something, he missed everything. So I think the Rangers have a radar trace, so they're showing captured territory over here. We've got IS-2s and Su-122s, T-34-85 combat. Lots of stuff back here. And some M4 Shermans. Another tank in the light woods here, fighting the Panzerjägerbrenn E. Bounces on him, but he got penned and is destroyed by the Panther, I want to say. Is this in a better position now? No. Don't put tanks on slopes. Sometimes you get to zoom in. So my 17-pounder, who was... Actually, this is a second one. I apologize. I had put one... I'd moved the one that we dropped off here over to this location. I've got a second one in here. It's a 17-9. The remaining 81s, I was just going to drop on that Su-85. Trying to move in a machine gun and a Stug 3 to help defend this sector. They drop a help beacon because I noticed we were lacking, and one dude seems to be just playing with his wind-up toys, the T-26Bs. Cool paint scheme. Anyone ever model one of these? If you did, show me. I think modeling is pretty cool. So, Churchill 6 lumbering into the town. We do have Panzerfaust, though, and I'm hoping we'd at least have a rifles team here to push forward first. Typhoon Mark 1B is pushed off immediately by overwhelming anti-aircraft fire. I did bring in... I think this is deck unique. There might be one other one that gets it, but the dual 37mm anti-aircraft gun. Not sure what these spools of wires are for. Somebody knows. So a Churchill was knocked out, and the Panther A is fighting the IS-2. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to make you dizzy there. And we've got Hellcats and M4 Shermans over here to the right. Our Stern Pioneers get knocked out by one of those tanks. IS-2 is being fired on by the 17-pounder, but at range he's bouncing on that armor. And the Panther is still stuck. He's just going to end up dying here. Although the IS-2 seems like he might be scared. Is this guy doing the same thing? Are we... Oh, right on the edge. He needs one more degree to shoot. So I am moving forward my Panzerjägers here in the center of the map. Want to see if we can take out that Su-85. He is suppressed about 50% due to the mortar fire. Pack 40 spotting the OB-25 out in the open. These things rip, man. Always bring these in. Played a match the other day and I just absolutely shredded everything with it. IS-2 in close enough for that 17-pounder to pen, but he's not vetted, so he misses. Bounces. And we've got a hilltop full of T-26Bs here on the right. And honestly, they don't really have a problem going up against Hellcats, so... The MG-34 is now in position. Kangaroo Rifle is one of the best infantry squads in Steel Division 2 right now. Suppressing these guys tremendously fast. I do have the Flakkampftruppen who have the Panzer Schreck. I wanted to put him in here to ambush. Should be able to cover this road. 17-pounder was destroyed by Katyusha fire. But as you can see, we've got infantry embedded throughout the town here. Now, if he did a off-map rocket strike, something, he could probably get these guys to break and run, to be honest. He destroyed a Rhino. I want to say it was probably the Stug 3G. And I did bring in some Sturm Pioneers. I've mentioned it before. If you ever have a situation where there's enemy hiding in a forest, put them on the Seize command, and your infantry will automatically just hunt them. So you don't have to like micro through hunt commands. They will just go sort it out and clear it out for you. Makes things a little bit easier. Let's take a look at the situation on the left. Looks like things are heating up over here. So we got some Fiats heading in. Zis 3 is firing at some... What is he shooting at? Maybe he's artillery. We got a Stalin here, a T-34-85, so Russian equipment, a Sturm Panzer from Terra Billy. Panther's back, so tons of... He's never going to break through in this sector. This is really hard to capture. I've had very little success getting into the town. You can keep them bottled in the town where they can't really advance, like you see here. But trying to break in from the other side is very hard. It can happen. It's just not often. Boy, I wonder when I'll notice that. Oh, he actually got the shot off, so he gets a penetration in the IS-2. Let's see if he can land his second shot here. Oh, you know what? I had him on hold fire. Maybe that's why I wasn't shooting earlier. I wanted to make sure it was going to be a penetration. P-47's coming in to take out the PaK-40. And they are able to knock him out. Stug 3G, though, knocks out the Sherman. But there's an IS-2 up here. Will he get in close enough for the Flakkampftruppen to use their Panzerschreck? Stug is retreating. I was trying to bait him. Very fun to bait tanks. Now the assault group can see these guys, so he's probably not going to go forward if he's paying attention. Assault team's trying to make it across. Needs to use his smoke. So we've got a whole platoon of infantry here. Those bombs did not really even affect these guys' suppression, but it looks like they landed on where the IS-2 was. T-38, M2 moving in. As the Flakkampftruppen are retreating, they finally have visuals. At 75, probably don't want to put that in there first. So the 38 gets taken out by a bazooka team. And we've got ducks coming into the town. Jaegers are here, though, cutting them off. There's an MG-34, so they really can't advance unless they get suppressed. I had two of them in here, and he can't spot from this angle, so MG-34 in green cover hopefully can suppress these guys and push them off, but they're getting suppressed so fast, and they're falling back. Su-85 was destroyed, it looks like, by the Jaeger team up here, so I've captured the farm, and I'm going to keep moving my units forward. King Tiger got penned on, probably by the 17-pounder. I think he's penned. So we have the Panzerwerfer 150 firing at the IS-2. Does not manage to kill him. More T-26Bs. What's with the T-26Bs lately? They're everywhere. IS-2 is destroyed. Guessing by the 17-pounder. Stug 3 F8 fighting an IS-2. Not a great matchup. But the King Tiger here Can they see each other? It doesn't appear that they can. He's probably firing at this 25 mil. He is. Off map, now landing on the hill flag. And the Stern Pioneers did wipe out the enemy units in here with the hunt command, or the seize command. I brought in Nipsil to help out the team here. I want to try to keep him a little ways back. Don't want him to get off-mapped. And the DO-217K1 is back in with his 26 50-kilogram bombs. Now, that's a pretty saturated environment of highly vetted pulls. Can he make it through? No, he can't. Too much anti-aircraft. He might die. That would have been cool to see how much suppression it'd do to triple vetted infantry. So he is killed. Does he land on a T-26? No, he goes in the drink. Almost on the beach. So enemy pressure heating up over here. We are pushed off of this flag. But the Jaeger squad is almost out. He's got 35 K98 bullets left and 200 MG15. So he's been shooting for a while. The MG34 is creeping back into position. The JU-87, not noticing that my plane was shot down, he goes down easily. IS-2 is destroyed by the King Tiger H. And FW-190 is coming in for something here. I don't know what they were shooting at. This guy? I don't know. FW-190 F8's striking that T-34-85, and they managed to take him out with 2 strafing runs with rockets. So we've got more commandos heading towards our flag over here. MG-34 is back in position now, too, covering the same area along with the Jaeger team. The 17-pounder still up here. No high explosive, though. But he will spot that truck back there. He misses. We've got an artillery piece now. One of my favorites, the 172.5. I want to petition Eugen to give this to the Italians so they have something bigger. Such a great artillery piece. What's the rate of fire? 8 rounds a minute. Almost 8,000 blast. The enemy has lots of great equipment and infantry, just not able to develop a strategy to break our line. We've seen tons of Fireflies, IS-2s, commandos, triple vetted infantry. They're just not... Though AVRE is getting in close, though. I have never gotten a round off on those. I've tried so many times. Will he get a round off? No. That's what happens to me every time. So... Panzerwerfer 150s coming back in, really doing lots of damage. Another platoon of infantry heading back in, trying to make it through the MG34 nest. Our Jaeger team, our heroes, are completely out of ammo outside of their Panzerfaust and MP40s. Oh, and both MG34 teams are killed. Our Brent E is out of high explosive ammo. We've got a half a Pioneer squad and leader here, so... They are chipping away at everything here. The 17-pounders continuing to penetrate and destroy these tanks. And the 172.5 just absolutely exploded. These Polish infantry teams. We're out of high explosives, so I need to pull him back. I don't think I noticed that. IS-2 is knocked out by the 17-pounder. So, I guess it worked out for me having it on the 20% penetration or 17%, whatever it is. I brought in a recon team here. We've got 3 minutes on the board. These are only 15-point MG34 teams. I said, well, we destroyed a ton of tanks in this direction. They're pushing here, so let's just put it in a good company of men and see if we can take this hill from them. Did anything happen left? No. So this has basically been a stalemate. After the red team captured this flag here, it's been nothing but a stalemate. But Harris is playing with fire, going out that close in the open with no recon. So Jaeger team's almost capturing the farm again. The OB-25 is there. I've moved up the Firefly now. It seems safe, but there is an IS-2 coming back in. Typhoon's sweeping in, gets their rockets off, but misses the half-track. I learned something the other day from another YouTube channel. Apparently the Typhoon was built off of a captured FW-190. A pilot got confused over England and landed, I can't remember where in England, so they got a complete plane and basically reverse engineered it for the United Kingdom and came up with a Typhoon. I never knew that. Things you learn on YouTube, right? So I've got another MG-34 team in here trying to hold these guys back. They lost their leader, so they went from triple to double. And that must mean they have a commander somewhere nearby as well. So enemy really trying to push forward in here in the last minute and a half. Let's see how my infantry are doing. They're taking two routes for some reason. The IS-2 is focused on... What is he focusing on? Oh, T-28's back here. So I'm going to be super risky and just run these up as fast as I can. The Jaeger team... Garten, our hero, is still alive. He needs resupply. He's still hanging on. We'll see if he makes it through the whole match. With that guy in Iron Cross. So Tanko Kamarati getting killed off by the MG-34 Jaeger teams. It's about another ZIS 42 up here, loaded with something. And there are Sapries back here, but you can see with that, we probably got... There's no anti-tank. The Panzerjäger Fireflies back here for AT did destroy Su-76, one of my Alpha Blitzes destroyed by artillery, but tons of men in there. They're never going to get that back, and the match is over anyways. And our hero, Garten, survives under tons of duress. Oh my gosh, they're so close to him. Amazing. So we got a minor victory after 27 minutes, 47 seconds with 15 of 26 objectives captured. See how we did, and hey, it was a very good match for me. So 28-20 to 7-15 losses. Let's see what did the killing. So our recon squad took out 3 squads. 17-pounder crushed them. Churchill's IS-2s, infantry, so trucks. So multiple IS-2s, a T-34 recon. Our Bren E 15-point Panzer. So these are all... Most of my stuff is 15 points, so... the LW Jaegers got a Panzerfaust off as Stug 3G took out a Rhino, so he did on that hilltop. Along with the Sherman MG-34 teams ripped through 2 squads. Our 37mm dual gun took out... Oh my... So much aircraft. Wow. Sturm Pioneers. These were in the back when we used the Seize command. Took out 3 squads back there. Panzerjäger Firefly, we didn't see much of it, but he took out quite a few things. Nipsel only took out a Firefly, but still, it's a Firefly. And the 172.5 did great damage to the enemy. So again, I really like these. I don't think they're in many decks, but they're great to use. I brought in 2, the second one not doing as well. Another Bren E got Romanian squad. Did they kill any tanks? I don't think so. No, they didn't. So they're all anti-infantry, but they have those high explosives. Loss-wise, an IS-2 took out the Stug 3G and a machine gun nest. IS-2 took out the Flak Brenzer Bren E and the recon team, and the Katyushas took out 2 of those MG-34 squads at the end. We did 20% of the kills in the team with 10% of the command points and only 6% of the casualties. A massive win here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment, join Discord, join the tournament. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.